Imagine doubling or even tripling your income by simply changing your mindset. Sounds too good to be true, right? But today, I'm going to show you how ancient Stoic principles have helped modern people do exactly that. There's one specific Stoic secret that's behind some of the greatest financial successes in history. And I'm going to reveal exactly what that is in just a moment. But first, ask yourself this. Have you ever wondered why some people consistently make money no matter what the economy is doing? Why does wealth seem effortless for them while for others it's a constant struggle? The answer isn't luck or even intelligence, it's mindset, specifically a Stoic mindset. This might sound strange because when most people hear Stoicism, they picture philosophers in togas living modest lives. But here's the twist. Stoicism isn't about poverty or avoiding success. It's actually about gaining control of your emotions, focusing your energy, and using disciplined thinking to achieve remarkable results, including financial ones. Let me give you a real example. Consider John D. Rockefeller, one of the richest people who ever lived. Rockefeller practiced Stoic thinking daily, focusing intensely on what he could control and completely disregarding things outside his influence. He famously said, "I always tried to turn every disaster into an opportunity." So how did Stoicism practically help Rockefeller multiply his wealth? When markets crashed or competitors panicked, he calmly stepped in, buying assets at bargain prices. Rather than reacting emotionally, he used logic and patience, knowing that market fear was temporary. This precise Stoic approach made him billions of dollars, turning setbacks into extraordinary opportunities. And here's the best part. You don't need Rockefeller's billions to apply these same principles and boost your income. The exact same Stoic thinking can dramatically enhance your earning potential starting today. I'm Saul, by the way, and let's dive deeper. One key Stoic technique is what's called negative visualization. Now, this doesn't mean imagining failure. It's actually the opposite. By briefly considering what life would be like without your current resources or comforts, you sharpen your focus and appreciation for what you do have, becoming more effective at leveraging your current assets for growth. So ask yourself, what would happen if tomorrow your primary income stream disappeared completely? Really picture it for a moment. It's uncomfortable, isn't it? But here's the surprising benefit. This quick exercise triggers creativity. You begin thinking of alternative ways to generate income you've overlooked. Maybe you notice that you've ignored a potentially profitable skill, investment, or business idea. Just doing this regularly makes you naturally resourceful, and suddenly new income opportunities become clear. But what if you're already resourceful and income isn't the problem, yet you still feel financially stuck? The Stoics have a powerful principle for that scenario too, one called dichotomy of control. Simply put, it means clearly understanding what's in your control and what's not, and then devoting energy only to what you can directly influence. Sounds straightforward, right? But how exactly does this multiply your income? Here's a real-world example. Warren Buffett, another billionaire who openly applies Stoic thinking, credits much of his success to understanding this principle deeply. Buffett ignores short-term market noise, economic forecasts, and predictions he can't control. Instead, he focuses obsessively on his own investment strategy and long-term discipline, things he can influence completely. This singular Stoic habit has been the cornerstone of his success, turning modest investments into billions. Think about it. How much energy do you waste worrying about things beyond your control? Market crashes, job cuts, economic trends? Now, what if you redirected all of that mental energy purely into perfecting your personal strategy or business plan? By shifting your mindset this way, you become instantly more productive, more resilient, and far more likely to discover lucrative opportunities that others completely miss. But wait, if Stoicism is so effective, why isn't everyone using it? Why isn't Stoic thinking more mainstream? That's exactly the intriguing question we'll tackle next, and trust me, you're not going to want to miss the answer. The real reason Stoicism isn't mainstream in financial circles isn't because it's ineffective. It's because it goes against everything most people are taught about wealth. Society tells us that success depends on external factors, perfect timing, hot stock tips, or sheer luck. But Stoicism flips this upside down, arguing your internal reactions, discipline, and emotional control are what truly create wealth. Think about this for a moment. What if all the financial advice you've been given was backwards? Instead of chasing market trends and quick opportunities, Stoicism teaches you to carefully build lasting wealth through consistency, patience, and calm, rational decisions. And here's another surprising real-life example. Tim Ferriss, best-selling author and successful entrepreneur, openly credits Stoicism as a critical factor in multiplying his own income and business success. Ferriss frequently speaks about how Stoic practices like journaling, daily reflection, and structured thinking have given him massive clarity, helping him spot high-value opportunities that others overlooked. One of Ferriss's favorite Stoic quotes comes from Marcus Aurelius. "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Ferriss used this Stoic secret to stay laser-focused and strategic during setbacks, ultimately turning struggles into multi-million-dollar successes. Now, here's something most people don't realize about using Stoicism to boost income. It's also an incredible way to avoid losing money. How exactly? Let me explain. Stoics practice what's known as premeditatio malorum, or premeditation of adversity. It might sound gloomy at first, but it's actually incredibly powerful. By imagining potential setbacks in advance, you're mentally prepared and emotionally calm when issues inevitably arise. This makes you less likely to panic sell, abandon long-term strategies, or make impulsive financial decisions that can erase years of growth. For instance, consider Ray Dalio, founder of the world's largest hedge fund, Bridgewater Associates. Dalio explicitly practices this Stoic method by regularly visualizing worst-case financial scenarios. Rather than fearing these situations, Dalio prepares thoroughly for them. When markets crash or investments fail, Dalio remains composed and ready, turning temporary setbacks into strategic wins. The result? He's amassed a net worth of billions by calmly managing risk through Stoic discipline. At this point, you might be wondering, can everyday people really use these advanced Stoic strategies effectively, or are they reserved for billionaires and philosophers? The good news is, absolutely, anyone can. Let's look at an everyday example. A friend of mine who runs a small business applied the Stoic practice of journaling and reflection every day for 1 year. Each morning, he calmly wrote down the things within his control that could help grow his business, like improving customer service, streamlining processes, and carefully evaluating new opportunities. Within just 12 months, his profits doubled. He didn't suddenly become smarter or luckier. Instead, his disciplined, Stoic-inspired focus simply revealed opportunities he'd missed before. But what's even more exciting? The mindset shifts that doubled his profits didn't just affect his finances. They changed his entire outlook on life. He became calmer, more confident, and increasingly able to handle stress with ease. That's the true power of Stoic thinking. It multiplies your income by first multiplying your mental clarity, control, and composure. So let's recap quickly. If you're serious about multiplying your income, here's exactly what you need to do. First, embrace negative visualization to boost creativity and find hidden opportunities. Next, clearly define your circle of control and focus your energy exclusively on it, like Warren Buffett. And finally, regularly practice premeditation of adversity, turning setbacks into strategic advantages like Rockefeller, Ferris, and Dalio. Now here's one final question. If Stoic thinking is this powerful for growing wealth, can it also be used to master other crucial areas of your life? The answer is absolutely yes, and I'll reveal exactly how in our next video.